Thank you for staying with us. Now, this week, scores of people believed to be bandits were found killed when they clashed with soldiers in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. It was learned the hoodlums were on their way to attack an unknown village around 7:30 a.m. following the relaxation of the 24-hour curfew in the council area when they were confronted by soldiers along the Ngindiri road, leading to the death of many. This development comes after attacks on the community have continued. Now, joining me to discuss this is Adam Sabono, a public affairs analyst. Adam Sabono, good evening, and thank you for joining us on the show this evening.
I'm happy Sunday, Nigerians.
All right, Adam, very quickly, just when we thought that the security outfits have gathered enough intelligence, to tackle the situation, and you wake up to a fresh attack. I mean, why is it so difficult to actually contain this problem, especially knowing that it's an internal crisis?
Well, the security challenge in Nigeria is a multidimensional challenge, that there's no time at all that it could be said absolutely that threats of insecurity, threats of some set of people running into other people's homes and running them out of their livelihoods would be contained absolutely. So definitely in a country with a diverse background and people who are pursuing their narrow interests, there are going to be spontaneous issues of spontaneous insecurity at every point.
All right, now, just looking at the whole situation, contrary to the police report that 10 houses were burnt down in recent skirmish in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Now, fresh reports reveal that over 100 properties, including worship centers, shops, and private homes were burnt. Why is there a deliberate attempt to play down the gravity of the situation?
There is every indication, that the extent of this crisis has been downplayed, and particularly by the media. I'm in Plateau State. I'm in Jos. Tonight, I have gone to Mangu local government earlier on in the day to say things for myself. And then I can tell you with every sense of responsibility that the crisis, the magnitude has not been given a true picture, because there are over 10 houses burned as against the police report. And I can tell you that there are still loose ends, to the extent at which the police and other security forces should go at containing this crisis. People should be prevented from being capable of going to other people's homes and burning them and taking their lives, And if we do not come to that point, the whole world is going to be surprised and disgusted at what is happening in Nigeria.
Look, the situation also speaks a lot about some of the rumors playing up that there's an ethnic cleansing going on. You have just told us that you've been on ground, you've seen how the situation is, but I understand that people are beginning to be very meticulous with information these days. So do you also agree that there is an ethnic cleansing going on, that there's an attempt to actually edge these people out of their community and, make them abandon their homes forever?
Yes, I can, tell you in absolute terms that there is a calculated, well-orchestrated, plan to exterminate certain people. If you look at what is going on in Plateau, at what is going on in Benue, I come from a place in Benue that has been ransacked by these marauding, terrorists. And I can tell you that what it indicates is a clear attempt, at grabbing the lands of people who are indigenous of a particular place because their ancestors have lived there all of this time. Then certain other people come from certain places and insist that these people must vacate their ancestral homes. And they use violence. They kill everything that is living in that place. So it is indicative of a well-orchestrated plan, and an attempt to ethnic cleansing and a clear attempt at trying to run people out of their livelihoods. And it could even be viewed as genocide because these people are targeted. They are targeted during their sleep at the wee hours of the morning. These marauders come, take tolls on their lives and go away, and they are often unchallenged. So the fact that these attacks are unchallenged, the fact that the security forces have found an excuse not to be able to contain this crisis is indicative of ethnic cleansing.
All right, now that you've established that, what is the solution now to this problem? What do you think, what are you suggesting to finally end this so we can at least have some level of peace?
Well, to end this orgy of violence across the Middle Belt and elsewhere in Nigeria should be a clear political goodwill, political will from the authorities, from the president and the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. The president should feel the pains of these people who are traumatized by these terrorists. And it is to that point that he would be able to rally the nation around bringing an end. And President Bola Tinubu, this is a message to the president. I know he has the goodwill. He has shown that in every opportunity, he will guard the lives and properties of Nigerians. And we are calling on him to use his authority and act with conscience to put a stop to this unending orgy of violence where people will be driven from their ancestral homes, they will be killed in their hundreds. And then the suspicion, he should try as much as possible to ensure that the suspicion that some security forces act with these terrorists should be dispelled and discountenanced. It is from that clear political will that an end, because the armed forces would not act without a superior directive from the hierarchy of, orders. So if that political will comes, then we can see that these crises are not beyond the capacities of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much, Adam Sabonu, for your time. We appreciate your presence on the show here. Thank you so much. Now we take a time out now, and Newsweek continues in a moment. Stay with us.